Hey everybody, welcome to this week's edition of Book Chat. I hope that you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, please do so that you never miss another exciting book that we are looking at on our channel. The book that I want to look at today is actually, the focus is more on the author, but I do want to look at one of her books in particular. So for Black History Month here in Canada, I wanted to look at a Black female Canadian author and a children's author. So the obvious choice is Nadia Hahn, who has written quite a few books, and they are wonderful books. So the book that we're going to look at today is Malaika's Winter Carnival, and there are a whole bunch of reasons why this is a very good choice for you to have in your classroom or to have in your library at home. So it is set partly in the Caribbean and partly in Quebec, and it talks about a few different really important transitions that a lot of families go through. So there is the immigration transition. A young girl and her mom immigrate to Canada from the Caribbean, and they have to experience all of the changes from living in a lovely warm tropical climate to moving to Quebec in the wintertime where it is not tropical and warm, but also blending two families together. So the mom marries a man from Canada who has a daughter as well, so the two children are adjusting to each other. And what I love about this book is that it captures that Caribbean voice very authentically. So when Nadia writes, she includes the Caribbean patois in her writing. And it's not always easy for someone who does not come from that background. So I really have to pay attention when I'm reading her books, and I have to practice ahead of time. But I think that that's a part, that's a really important part of modeling experiences for our students. So when I come across names that aren't familiar or words or phrases that aren't familiar, having my students watch me struggle through them to get to where I need to be so that it's correct is really important to me. Sometimes the approach is just, okay, well, I'm not sure what that word is, so we'll just skip over it, or we'll just agree that this is a word that's too hard to learn. It's not. It just might take some practice. And I think that as educators, one of our really important jobs is to model that practicing so that it normalizes learning things that are outside of our scope of our everyday. So that's what I really like about Nadia's books. They challenge me as a reader to really pay attention and to really focus on what I'm reading, to read it as authentically as she has written it. So this book is a great one because it covers a lot of issues. And I just want to show you a couple of other books that she's written. So she's also written a book about Harriet Tubman. And then she's written a book called A Little Miss Lou. So there you go. There's me having to rethink how I'm saying things. And this book celebrates the famous poet. So I would also encourage you to check this one out. It's really a lovely book, and it's a book about persevering and finding your voice, and just how we all may not have that direct path revealed to us right away, but if we stick to it and we keep trying and we don't give up, we will find that place that is just for us and that place where we can shine. So I do encourage you to check out Nadia Hahn's library of works if you haven't. She's a wonderful author, and you can follow her on Instagram as well. I'll link her handle down below, because she really is invested in diversity for our children. And I think that's a really important thing for us. And she's very open, and she's a wonderful author, but she's also a wonderful resource, really willing to share her knowledge with all the rest of us who are hoping to learn. So hope that you check out Nadia Hahn. I hope that you will celebrate her with me. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I hope that you do that. And I will see you next week for another book chat.